Jeonbuk start with the same 11 that came out to face Daejeon before the break. And they did win on the road there, with Lee Dong-jun scoring his third of the league campaign and threatening to reach the heights he last hit back in 2021 while playing for Ulsan. Jeonbuk's only other goal scorer of the K-League 1 season so far is Bruno Motta, who leads the line ahead of Thiago on the bench. And Jeonbuk captain Kim Tae-hwan has played for both sides as well. There's an interesting little collection of players in that category. As for Ulsan, also pretty consistent team selection from manager Kim Hyun-suk, but Jae Seok-hyun is in for Yoon Jong-gyu at right back. Pedrinho also drops out to allow Lee Dong-kyung back into the starting 11 behind Yago, whose 4 goals this season make him the joint top scorer in the league overall. And we're underway. Jeonbuk kicking us off. Song Bom-gun booting it back into Ulsan's half. Ulsan travelling in white, if that wasn't clear. Opened the season with 3 wins, but that 0-0 against Kimcheon is a question mark that they need to try to answer. And Lee Dong-kyung, Jung Sung-hyun with a long-range pass that found its target quite comfortably. Lee Gyun, and there's a second long-range effort. That one a little bit more of a test. Got Song Bom-gun diving to his right. A little bit more of a threat, though, you'd say. Lee Dong-jun turning well. And that's just unlocked a bit of space for Kang Sang-yoon with the cross beyond Motta. And Kim Seung-sub was just waiting for it to sit for him. Will tell us a lot about the seriousness of a team like Seoul in the title race, as well as where Ulsan and Jeonbuk stand. Today, a very important place then, just before those Seoul games. That's why I talk about the psychology of this game and how important it can be. Lee Dong-jun with another leap, and it's headed in! Oh, it's diabolical defending for Ulsan. Cho Hee-jae with the finish, but it was all about the first leap from Lee Dong-jun. The warning was there from the last set piece. Let's have a look again. The corner delivered brilliantly again to Lee Dong-jun, and that surely has to stand as a goal. There's a raised arm and contact, but this is a contact sport. It's not an elbow. And Cho Hee-jae, if this goal stands, with his first for the club, and if you are defending, get your body on the line a bit more, you're more likely to win the VAR challenge. Kim Jin-kyu with a cross, this time from the other side, this time Motta with a header that floats over. And have some sort of counter punch, which they've not developed so far. Lee Dong-jun in space. Kim Seung-sub forces the save. Cho Hyun-woo. Well, it's straight at him, but he still has to keep his hands strong, and that is a vital stop. Obadan and Kim Jin-kyu. Jeonbuk smell blood. They might as well be the Sharks, not the Motors. They are flying at Ulsan early on in this game, smelling the weakness. No offside, absolutely no offside, and it's poor defending from Lee Jae-ik, and Lee Dong-jun just dances in. Kim Seung-sub's probably going to do a lot better there. Hits the target, but there's a lot of target to the left to aim at rather than straight at Cho Hyun-woo. Nevertheless, here's Cho Hyun-taek and the cross. Yago. Lee Gyun. And Jeonbuk looked to break quickly. Lee Dong-jun. And a foul, free kick. Yellow card, Lee Kyu-sung. And he's had a torrid afternoon. implicated in the goal for what might be a fairly important foul, because Lee Dong-jun was ready to race away. He's got some serious pace, Jeonbuk, probably needing to refuel, if I can use the motor analogy. Although Mota gets away, Mota in a dangerous position, and it's just wide. Options in the middle, he decided to go for glory, and he wasn't too far off. Again, it's really poor defending for Ulsan. Mota! Oh, it's come off the wrong part of his leg. I think the wrong leg as well, but anyway. Different angle to cross from. Curls it well. Yago! Oh, that was the chance. That was the chance, goodness me. Yago. You don't want to give him another one of those. That was just inches away. And he won't need a second invitation. Oh! Kim Seung-sub. Kang Sang-yoon linking up. Let's take another look at the angle here. It's a quick ball through. Seems like there's still plenty to do, but it's the pass across, and Kim Seung-sub turned so dangerously to his left. Again from him, not for the first time in this game, the finish. Kim Seung-sub advancing for Jeonbuk now. Mota in the middle, peeling off to the right. Lee Dong-jun, Kang Sang-yoon hanging back. Thinks about shooting, then does shoot. Real wasted chance. It never looked good from there for him. And I thought maybe the dummy, Lee Dong-kyung. And that's a powerful effort, well off target. Choi Seok-yeon, have another look here. Picks it up from range, has a shot. Kang Sang-yoon hesitating, finds the low cross. Mota beaten to it. Good defending, Jong Sung-yeon. That's Jeonbuk's danger. They are showing a lot more threat than Ulsan when they break away. Ulsan beyond the 2 minutes added on. We're still going. Lee Kyu-sung's cross collected by Song Bum-gun, and that will surely be that for the first half. And the whistle blows to take us into half-time. Jeonbuk deserved leaders so far, but they've been warned. Give Yago a chance, and whatever the momentum, whatever the passage of play beforehand. Hyundai Derby, and Jeonbuk do have the narrow lead, 38 wins to Ulsan's 37, 24 draws. Ulsan still with a chance to level things up in the bigger tail of the tape, but Jeonbuk, Choi Hyun-taek now on the left for Ulsan. The cross, Yago beaten by Kim Young-bin on that occasion, and well, Lee Dong-kyung, he's another guy you don't want to give too many chances to on the edge of the box. And had this been on target, that would have been in the bottom corner, you would think. Second let-off of the game for Jeonbuk. Bojanic also having a little look. It's a decent free kick, nice position, just never really looked like it was going to challenge. Just Lee-Seung-woo, a man that Jeonbuk often turn to when they need a little spark, and he can provide it. Someone who has been performing an almost box-to-box role as Kim Tae-won is involved in a real tussle there. You'd think he'd get a booking at least for that, and the referee will want to have a stern word with both of them. And responds by treating them both to a booking. Well, you can see the header is up and behind from Yago. Kim Seung-sub keeps it in play and does well to find Cheol-jin. Lee-Seung-woo! Oh, by land! Massive chance. Bojanic. And Lee Dong-kyung will take it on. And it's a full onto Yago. Oh, goodness me. Once again, Yago with a gilt-edged chance. And I said Jeonbuk needed to be careful to avoid giving him a second opportunity. It was a bit unfortunate for Cho Wi-jae that it came off the back of his heels and just landed in the lap of Yago. Yago's got to do better with that. He's had two massive chances in this game. One a header in the first half, and that time it's a smart save. Lee Kyu-sung out to Lee Dong-kyung, the cross, and Yago! Well, that's chance number 3 for him, but a little bit tougher. I wouldn't put that in the category of open goal or gilt edge like the opening 2 chances he had. He had to work a lot harder to get there ahead of Kim Tae-won. But still, for a player of his quality, certainly more than hobbling a bit here and there. I wouldn't take any chances. I'd take him off. Yago back inside, and that is a massive chance. Lee Jin-hyun, it was almost like a back pass. He's just tapped it at the keeper. Well, there's more than one option available to him, but lately volleying at the keeper was at the bottom of the choices, and he's not hit it cleanly at all, as you can see there. 2 lead stoppages. Benji. Covering challenge from Cheol-jin. They will go above Ulsan in the table with 3 points. And Lee-Seung-woo into the net, 2-0, 3 points. Jeonbuk take the victory. And for the first time in more than 5 seasons, Jeonbuk are going to win the opening Hyundai Derby of the season. 5 years in a row, Ulsan have either won or drawn when facing Jeonbuk in their first meeting of the league campaign. One of the talents in this Jeonbuk squad, but a perennial substitute. But he pops up and he's capable of finishing. I said earlier, with footwork like his, don't know why he doesn't do it more often. And I think he's only strengthened that question. Jeonbuk remain second though, not first. Seoul with 12 points from 4 matches, and Seoul, as things stand, have 2 games in hand. Ulsan to see how Jeonbuk get on next weekend, next Saturday at Leaders Seoul. For now, the whistle blows, and it finishes Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors 2, Ulsan HT 0 in the 100th Hyundai Derby.